The Big Game. Dun, 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 dun.
Inspired by the adventures of our nurses, therapists, and techs, A Beer with Atlas is the only healthcare traveling, craft beer drinking podcast. Each week, we'll open a few beers, talk about the brewery and the style of beer, and then dive into some research curated specifically for each episode. In the end, we hope each one sounds like a conversation you'd have with your friends while enjoying a few cold ones.
Welcome to another episode of A Beer with Atlas. Oh, look at Dolan turn. Look.
He was so loud. He's so pumped for this.
I'm excited. Jacked. I'm Rich.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Dolan.
We're scared. The energy is ready to break through a wall here.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, one, we're drinking beers, and two, we're going to talk about the big game. We're going to talk about the Schmooper Bowl.
That's right.
Right? I mean, okay, here's the deal. I think as long as we're not making money off of it, we can say that.
We could say
Soup Bowl.
Soup bowl?
The Soup Bowl? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I think we can.
I love soup.
Yeah, so that is upon us. So to celebrate, we have a beer from Cogstone Brewing in Colorado Springs called Chips and Salsa.
It smells amazing.
Does it smell like?
Oh my god.
It smells like chips and salsa.
Dolan's gonna
why is
freak
this a
out for
thing?
this one.
Why? Okay. This
What?
isn't a gimmick. This beer has won a Great American Beer Festival award. It has also won a World Beer Cup
What?
medal. Yeah, it is medaled in both this beer, GABF, World Beer Cup.
All right, so it's good.
Yes.
You know what it really smells like? You ever got the nacho Lunchables?
Maddox eats those all the time. Yeah.
That's what it smells like.
Yeah. All right, let's...
Never had a Lunchable
There
before.
we go. Well, cheers
Too
to
old.
the big game.
Fantastic.
I figured you would like this. Yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
Wow.
it's spicy.
why is it spicy?
It's good. That's got great flavor.
Yeah, it does.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now, I read somewhere that this...
Hey, wait.
Yes.
It's a touchdown.
Oh,
Sorry, I had to. I had to. I'm sorry.
I like it.
I'm sorry.
It's a vegetable beer. It's made with beets. I think.
Beets?
Well, it was entered in the vegetable category.
Is that because of all the peppers that's in there?
Maybe. I don't.
Probably.
Is that the same category as a pumpkin beer would be in? Or is that a fruit beer?
I
Yeah, I don't
Pumpkins are fruit.
know. I don't know. Are
I
they?
think they
I'm
are.
not a judge.
GABF, get back to us. What the
Let
hell's
us
your
know.
category?
Let us know.
Technically, isn't like peppercorns a fruit? Like they're a berry. Peppercorns are a berry.
That's true. I don't know. We're getting into the weeds.
Yeah.
We have
That's
first 2 minutes in.
That's an odd beer.
I can't wait to drink the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole crowler.
It is. It's got the heat. I mean, it's got the heat. Yeah.
Here you go. So Cogstone Brewing is located at 3858 Village 7 Road, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Closed Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday through Friday 3 to 10, Saturday noon to 10, and Sunday noon to 8. Founded in 2016. Could not find who it was founded by, though. I looked all over and could not find who it was.
Anonymous.
So, I don't know. Whoever, they can make a damn good pepper beer, that's for sure.
I was gonna say thank you, whoever, because it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Here we go. I go to their website, of course,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I look at what's the tap list. What if I was there? What am I going to drink? What are my choices? These guys make a lot of different things,
Okay.
and they aren't like a traditional. Like some breweries are like, okay, we make German style beers, and then there's some other places that don't do that, and these guys are one of those. Seems like to me, but they're not like crazy styles, but they're a lot of styles they have. So first off, Cogstone IPA. 50 IBUs, so West Coast-ish,
Sure.
I guess, 7%.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have a cream ale, which is 5.6 and 23 IBUs.
Okay.
This beer is a cream ale base, so that's where it starts.
Interesting.
And then this beer, they add a corn adjunct. So usually we're talking stout adjuncts. This one has a corn adjunct to it, and then it's got
That's that corn chip flavor. That's
You
what
can
you're getting.
smell it. You can smell it.
what kind of chilies do you think?
Chilies?
Yeah, get it.
Oh man, hold on.
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna stab. I'm gonna stab in the dark here. I'm gonna say poblanos.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hatch or Poblano, Serrano maybe.
It's Hatch.
Hatch. That was
Look,
my first guess.
I knew, yeah. And then it also has salsa verde. So they just dump it in the, dump it in there.
nice.
Bloop, 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 bloop. And that's how you make that beer, I guess.
Get out of
How
here.
do so salsa verde, how do
They must have to strain it
I
out.
was going to say they
filtered.
must strain it.
But
'cause-
you would think there'd be some color change,
right? Or even like just some like chunkiness.
some sediment, some dark.
Okay.
I mean, because it's clear.
Look at it. Does it not have a slight green tint? It's yellow. Like it's
It's hard for me because I'm looking at the green wall.
Yeah, I was going to say the green screen.
There is
here.
definitely something going on. That's a little different.
it's not quite the yellow you would
It's
anticipate.
it almost looks like oil, like vegetable oil.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
that.
exactly what it looks
Yeah,
like.
It looks like that.
Yeah.
They have an Irish red that allegedly has 0 IBUs, which I don't know, but okay.
Okay.
5.5%. They have an oatmeal stout on nitro. That's 5%.
Yum.
Remember this style? Brute IPA?
Yes.
They're still making them.
yes.
Nice.
That's a 7%er with 32 IBUs.
Bubbly and dry.
We Heavy. We're coming up on that season.
We are.
So
Yeah.
some Scotch, Scotch ale. That's 8.2, which I
Yep.
think is the strongest beer they have. At least on tap that I saw the other day.
Yeah.
Coconut Brown, 6%.
That sounds good.
And then here's the ones that I wrote down that I was like, okay, this is where they're having fun with things. They have a brown porter with maple bacon. And it's
Oh, okay.
also with some cherry wood.
yeah.
So they got that going on. And then they have a white IPA, is what they call it. It's a Belgian wit. And then
Yeah.
they, I think, dry hop it with Citra and Amarillo.
Oh,
So
yum.
some of the old school hops in there.
Okay.
Which you don't usually do with wits.
That would make for an interesting flavor profile, I think.
So you get that Belgian yeast strain with some hop afterwards.
with
I
the
would
little
guess.
punch of
Yeah.
hops and the
These guys are fans of the Firkin.
I saw this.
Of the Firkin.
Not
Yeah.
the Merkin.
Not the Merkin.
Okay.
The Firkin.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Who likes the Merkin? Was it Tori?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tori Campbell. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
this is a Firkin. Let me tell you what it is, Dolan. It's a 5-gallon keg,
Okay.
right? And it's about 40 pints is the breakdown. They started with one of their flagstone beers, or flagship beers, I should say. And then they add stuff to the beers to make different flavors, small batch, like very, limited series edition sort of thing. And then they sell them cheap, $4 a pint,
Whoa.
because they want to burn through it and do another one.
Sure,
and do
sure.
another one. So they're
They
just
want to go through flavors. They
Uh-huh.
want to try different stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if maybe it's a hit, then maybe they'll make it bigger.
Yep.
Or they just have it's just something to have fun. Like that's one of the things about brewers, they like to have fun.
Sure.
So I wrote down, let's see, 1, 2, 3. The last 3 ones that I could find.
Okay.
They have a green tea IPA,
Oh,
which I have had one before
you have.
at Benson Brewery
Really? So on our
in
Here,
town.
in town.
A green tea IPA there.
Okay.
It was pretty good. They made a spicy pickle corn beer. So like the corn adjunct, a spicy pickle with some corn. And then they
Okay.
did a dill
don't-
pickle corn beer.
I'm trying to figure out why the corn and the pickle, but
I don't know.
I don't know. Might be good. I
So,
don't know.
Why-
2 of the last 3 were pickle and corn.
Yeah.
One was dill, and one was spicy.
Right.
I don't know, but that's the kind of beers you can get
Why
for
not?
$4 a pint if you go here.
Here's all I can think about with this. I mean, if we were at a Super Bowl party right now, and I had a
Yeah.
big plate of wings in front of me, and I'm drinking this, it'd be perfect.
Oh yeah.
I want wings so bad with this beer. Chips and
that's good.
salsa, wings, some kind of like a dip, on one side, like a
Blue cheese.
I would just want spicy queso with some chorizo in there.
Oh yeah. That'd be good.
There you go.
That is so good, dude. That beer.
It is a really good beer. I mean, okay, first off, how do they come up with the name Firkin? Where does that come from?
I don't know.
I feel like somebody was drunk and they're just,
It's Firkin.
I really love this. I really love this Firkin.
Firkin.
It's
I
a
love this
firkin. That's exactly
Firkin.
what it is.
Some other places around do the firkin.
That's true, yeah.
And there's some other
It's
things.
like a foeder.
A foeder. And also I've heard of a thing that's kind of similar to this. It's called a randle. You know about a randle?
Oh, a Randall.
From Clerks, yes, but
no, not from that. So
Okay.
I've seen them mostly at beer festivals.
Okay.
And the one I remember specifically was the first ones that made like a jalapeno cider. Do you remember this? Maybe it was Ace. No, it was a pineapple.
Okay.
You know Ace? They were like one
Yeah.
of the first ones to the game.
Yep.
So they had this cider.
Yep.
And then this Randall is like a big tube, almost has a plunger on it. Looks like a needle almost. And they put in the top part that you're pushing into it.
Mm-hmm.
They had Canadian bacon and jalapenos.
Whoa.
So it was
Okay.
Canadian bacon, jalapenos, and pineapple cider.
Like on the inside.
And then it like soaks in there.
Okay.
Ah.
And then they
They
squeeze
kinda
it out.
Yeah, and then they kind of push it into the pineapple
interesting.
cider.
Interesting.
So it was like a Hawaiian pizza, is what it tasted like. Because it had the smoky and the sweet
Yeah.
and the spicy, and it was really good. But it's not like a flavor you can buy. You have to like manufacture it. But it's small batch. It's like doing it like glass by glass.
Oh wow.
So it's like almost like a homebrew situation.
Yep.
And those are cool. Because I've done different candy bar ones I've seen, like at parties and stuff. Mm-hmm. People bring their own things, and you add in whatever you want. You got a base beer, and you want to do something to it.
Yeah.
Maybe you get 2 or 3 pints out of it, and then you go to the next thing. So similar to that, that's like the baby step. And then this one is like a little bit bigger, the firkin.
Interesting.
I'm guessing how it works out.
Do you know who started Ace Cider, by the way?
No.
Okay, so you're familiar with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay. So the cantina scene in Star Wars, when they go to the cantina to find Han Solo, to find a pilot.
Yeah.
Okay. The first pilot that Chewbacca talks to, and I can't think of his name, and I'm really embarrassed. I can't think of his name.
my gosh.
Is talking to 2 twins. Okay, so there's twin sisters
Yeah.
at the bar. Okay, the
Yeah,
Tonica sisters.
I remember them.
Okay. The one on the right is the one that started Ace Cider.
Why do you know this?
I don't know. Because I have dumb Star Wars knowledge.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
It's embarrassing. I can't come up with the other pilot's name. I'll come up with it before the end of the show.
Wow.
I'll come
Okay.
up with it,
That's
so.
yeah.
there you
I
go.
want to know that story.
Yeah.
How? What? Why?
Imagine if he'd ended up with her, with him instead of Han Solo. I mean, just imagine. The
Yeah.
story would have been totally different.
Right?
They've been drinking.
What did the one Tonica's sister say to him? To I don't know. Like, I'm not interested in dudes. I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe. I don't know.
you don't have the kind of lightsaber I'm looking for.
Exactly.
All right, food at this place. Yeah, I gotta look, right? I have to, so I did.
Yep.
Hand cut fries. Those are the best, right?
Yeah.
Homemade,
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
They had soft pretzels. They had a beer brat. This was something that was interesting. Beignets,
Yeah.
like New Orleans style.
Oh, with
The
the
little
yeah, with the
the
powdered
dough ball
sugar,
and
yeah.
wait a minute. I just thought of it. Danik Jericho. That was his name. Go ahead.
All right, there you go,
Sorry.
everybody.
Oh my God, I was gonna
There
make
we
me
go.
so. Okay, go ahead.
And then they have this thing called burrata, which I'd never heard
It's a
of.
Star Wars character as well.
Is
but
it
okay.
really?
Yeah, yeah. It's one of it's
It was
one of Jabba's
cream.
guys.
If I understood, it was cream and mozzarella that was maybe fried.
What? Burrata?
Yeah,
Burrata.
Burrata.
A-T.
It was like some sort of cheese concoction.
Interesting.
The Google machine for
Dessert?
It was
that.
just
How do you spell it?
Burrata.
A-T-A.
Burrata, I think.
Burrata.
They have pizzas. That's the other thing they're known for at this place.
It looks
And-
very Italian, but okay.
Yes, it is very Italian.
Yeah.
Aaron told me that this place is known for their pizzas.
Yeah. Yes.
So, like, you go here for pizza, and I think that was the reason they went there, and then they liked this beer. They have a barbecue oatmeal stout pizza. So, their oatmeal stout, the one
Okay.
on nitro, I guess, is used in the sauce. Has chicken, mozzarella, and purple onion, like you'd expect.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had one that was supposed to be called the Agrarian, but they had a typo on their website on
Oh.
the menu. And I'm an auditor, right? So I caught that right away. Just
Right.
dropping that in here, guys. If you're listening, Cogstone, you got a typo. Green pepper, onion, mushroom, black olive, and you can get it with or without cheese.
Oh, weird.
I used to work at Valentino's for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you'd get like a lactose intolerant person that would want pizza. And we would just make a pizza, and then we would put the sauce on top of the toppings.
Yeah.
And then bake it through that way. It just looked terrible, and I bet it didn't taste great, but at
It's
least
deep
you're
dish Chicago
kind of
style,
pizza.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
without cheese.
Without cheese.
Yeah, so
Just with the sauce on top.
so that's
All right.
how they do that.
Here you go. Fresh mozzarella cheese is often semi-soft Italian cheese made from cow or water buffalo milk. Burrata cheese takes the mozzarella one step further, formed into a pouch, and then filled with soft, stringy curd and cream.
Interesting.
There you go.
So it's like fancy mozzarella.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably 18,000 calories or whatever. So it's like cream, cheese curds backed into cheese. Okay, I'm here for that.
Look,
Wow.
Yeah. If you're eating pizza at a brewery, are you watching your calories?
No.
No,
No, so
absolutely
you're fine.
not.
All right. I did a couple different research things here.
All right, so I got some stuff here too.
Oh, well, let's do it.
What do you want to do first?
Let me do the name of the brewery.
do it.
Because I was like, Cogstone, and it's on there. I was like, what the heck's a Cogstone?
The little like stone looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Looks like a literal cog out of a machine that's
Yep.
made out of stone.
Yep.
What are they? Nobody knows.
What?
They have no idea. They only come from like Arizona, Colorado, like the Four Corners section, you know. Nobody knows what they're for.
Really?
Yeah. They have tested them scientifically and have found fermented grains on them. So they didn't know if maybe it was part of like a brewing process or they were smashing up corn,
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
wheat, whatever. But they have found that in the past on there. But that's what they look like. They're only, as far as I can tell, only in the United States, only in those areas where the natives were living. Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah-ish is where you would find these things, but they're old, like real old.
Right.
So that's what I have for that part, and then I've got some other stuff too. So hit me with your beer facts.
All right, here's my beer facts because I wanted to revisit Colorado because
Okay.
we've done this before, and I thought, okay, 2 weeks worth of Colorado beers. I know we're going to talk about like snacks and that type of thing, but let's talk about Colorado beers for a second. Catch everyone up on because we have quite a few travelers that are in Colorado right now.
Yeah.
It's a very popular destination for skiing and hiking and whatever else. How many breweries are actually there? And
my gosh.
what's the like economic impact of beer in Colorado right
It's
now?
got to be so much.
It's huge.
It's got to be so much because, I mean, even on a craft level, sure, but like, aren't some of the biggest
Coors is
names
there.
Coors
Yeah.
and yeah,
Well, nationwide names: New Belgium, Odell, Avery, like very large nationwide distributed beers
Uh-huh.
come out of Colorado.
Yeah.
Well, what's the one? Colorado Native, I think. is what it's
Colorado
called?
Native,
Yeah.
Left Hand.
Yeah, Left Hand is what I was thinking of.
What's the Yeti? Yeti is
Great Divide.
Great Divide.
Yeah, Great Divide.
Yep.
Yeah.
423 breweries currently, as of December 7th, 2022.
I was going to guess 300. So
Yeah, 423. So
God.
thank you to ColoradoBreweryList.com for this. That's where I got most of this.
I wonder how many we have in Nebraska.
Well, we
50?
didn't make the top 5, so no. 383 of those breweries are unique. Only 40 are additional locations.
So another tap room situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are another 49 as of December 7th. There are another 49 additional in development. So almost another 50.
Dang.
Ready to go. 19 are under construction. 7 are in the planning stage, and 23 are in the
Wow.
early concept phase.
Is Bearded part of that?
Bearded would be in the planning stage, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's probably 100 in the stage where we're talking like, man, it'd be cool to have a brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 3 dudes talking.
Right.
Yeah.
Home brewers
Uh-huh.
sitting around in their garage.
Wow.
Yeah. 23 cideries and 13 meaderies. So
good.
independent cideries and meaderies.
Dude, Colorado, what's up? Share some of that. What
So
do you do?
they had a bunch of different graphs on there. So I grabbed one of them because I thought it was fun. Are dogs allowed?
Of
Oh,
course.
most of them? I would say 80% at least, maybe even higher.
You'd be surprised. Okay, so here you go. Add this together. 44% are dogs on the patio only.
Okay.
Yeah.
And normally the patios are pretty big. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you want to sit outside. 25% are dogs welcome all over.
All over.
Inside.
Okay.
Maybe not in the brew house, but I mean,
Some of them, I bet you some of these
So
places,
you're talking over 60%. then.
over 60%. Yes.
I'm betting some of these places brew beers for dogs.
Absolutely.
I bet you
Yep.
some of them have
Yeah.
a dog beer.
They have to,
Yep.
right?
Come on.
18% don't allow dogs at all.
Okay.
So that would be a place for me.
I mean, I could see that in like maybe some of the Denver breweries that are like in a suite. You know what I'm talking
Sure.
about?
Yeah.
Too fancy to have a dog peeing on your stuff.
I guess.
Yeah, like we did one from what was it? True Brewing Company, TR.
Yep.
Right. So we did that heavy metal
The
beer.
metal, yeah.
And the way that they were set up, it's like, okay, I could see why you wouldn't want dogs. Because it was like the location and everything. So.
Right. And then 13% didn't report at all. So
That's interesting.
But yeah, I mean, you're almost at 70% dog friendly,
Could you
cat friendly.
could you imagine? There's a reason why there's not like cat
and
bars or
ferret.
like.
Oh,
Friendly.
I mean, every beer would be infected.
Yeah.
Cat
Oh
hairs
my
everywhere.
Cat
gosh.
hair. Of course, the largest concentration would be in Denver with 75 breweries. Denver Metro has 70. Now, Denver itself, right? Denver has 75 breweries. Colorado Springs is next with 34. Fort Collins is next after that with 24. Boulder with 17.
That seems weird.
I figured Fort Collins would have more than
I did too.
Colorado Springs, but
Yeah.
Colorado Springs is bigger, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Fort Collins is a beer town to me.
This one,
Yeah.
this is interesting. Longmont, which
Yeah.
I don't think Longmont's very big. 11.
I got a
Really?
good friend that lives in Longmont.
And then Aurora, Golden, and Loveland all check in with 10 each after that. So 10 of them each.
Golden, that's where
Coors is. I'm in Loveland all the time.
Yeah?
All the time. And I've been to probably 2.
That's it.
That's it.
You gotta
I
pick
know.
it up.
I got some work to do. Yeah. There's one that's never open. It's never open. And we're there at random times, and we drive right by it. And every time I'm like, okay, if they're open, we're stopping. And never.
They ain't open.
Never. So,
Hey, Dolan, would you
Yeah,
maybe pass me the chips and
of course.
salsa?
Yeah, I will. Here you go.
there are 6 towns in Colorado with 500 people or less that have a brewery.
Wow.
Okay. The smallest one would be Crestone,
Okay.
with a population of 138.
All right.
That's T Road Brewing. Divide, Colorado.
there?
Yep. Been there.
That's Paradox, which I've had Paradox before.
Yeah.
They distribute in Colorado.
Oh,
So
really?
there's 2 little stores in Divide.
Yeah.
And the one of them actually, the one I know to go to because they have more of a craft beer selection, and they've got Paradox in there.
Interesting. 143 people in Divide.
Yeah.
Fluorescent. 172
Like
people.
Dolan's hit list
Where
here.
my family lives.
Really?
Yep, Fluorescent.
Funky Town Brewing.
Okay, I've never had it.
Well,
I-
you should.
Bring us back some.
Where is it at in Florida? Like, you literally walk the whole town. Like, I'm like looking at the town right now. I'm
Some
like,
guy, it's his shed in the back
Yeah,
or
it's just
something.
got-
it's gotta be because there's only like 2 or 3 like big establishments.
Yeah.
And when I mean big, it's like, you know, there's a bar with a patio or a gas station.
And the co-op.
Yeah. Wow.
Interesting.
Rollinsville,
Never been.
194. Howling Wind Brewing there in Rollinsville. Grand Lake, which I've been to before. Grand Lake is a beautiful town, but it is, and there's a pretty vibrant, like kind of downtown, but it's on a very big lake.
I was going to say, it must be.
World's End Brew Pub.
World's End.
World's End Brew Pub. Next time I'm in Grand Lake, I'm going to go there. And then Lake City checks in with 432 people with Lake City Brewing.
I think we need one of these from Dolan's family's town here because
Yeah.
that'd be the
From
beer
Florissant?
from the smallest town we've ever had.
Yes.
That'd
Oh
be
my
great.
gosh. It would be so easy for me to grab it. I mean, literally they're at
There you
least
go.
2 or 3 times a year, but here's the thing. I'm surprised you didn't say Fair Play on there because we actually had their beer.
We've
remember?
had, well,
South
at
Park.
500 or under, right? I mean,
Right. Guess
so-
Fair Play 700. I just
there you
looked it
go.
up. I'm like,
Nice.
wow. Okay.
yeah. So, first of all, Dolan, don't talk about it, be about it. Let's get that beer.
Let's get those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
That'll be
then-
easy. I'll get it.
And then finally, so how does Colorado compare to other states for a total number of breweries? They're in the top 5. So California checks in at number 1 with 900.
Let me guess the other ones.
Okay.
California.
922 in California.
All right. I'm going to say North Carolina.
Nope.
Is not in the top 5.
What's
Nope.
say the question again?
Total number of breweries in the state.
Total number. Okay.
We already know
California's number
California's
1.
at 922.
And Colorado's what? Not number 5?
And number 5, Colorado's number 5 at 411.
All right.
So you
Oh
go,
yeah, North Carolina's got to be in there.
said
it is
no.
absolutely not.
Not in the top 5.
No, I was surprised by that. too.
Texas?
It is not.
Okay.
Nope. It's a weird list. It's a weird
It's got to
list.
be like, I don't know,
The states
somewhere
that are huge.
out east, right? Where's
Massachusetts?
Yeah, Massachusetts.
Nope.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
No. I would never, ever have guessed this by the list. Never.
Missouri.
No. Out east is correct. That is
Okay.
a correct guess.
New York?
New York is number 3
Okay.
with 469 breweries.
We don't get nothing from New York
No.
here.
Wow.
No.
New York. Wow.
Well, I thought Massachusetts because they've got all the
At least
good ones there
Boston.
in the Boston.
Boston.
Right?
No. No.
So
And all the work that Sam Adams has done to kind of foster that.
Yeah.
the brewery.
Philadelphia,
Well, Pennsylvania, yes.
sorry.
Yeah. Pennsylvania is number
Okay.
2.
Good job.
So
With
2, New
500.
Wow.
Yeah.
500. Well, I guess you got Pittsburgh and Philly. That's
Yeah.
two big areas.
So California, number 1, 922. Pennsylvania, number 2 at 500. New York at number 3 with 469. You need number 4. And I'll tell you, it's 413. So 2 more, only 2 more than Colorado. And it's not in the
Oregon.
East. Close.
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
Portland, but okay.
Yeah.
My next guess would have been Ohio, but
Washington State, though. I guess the Pennsylvania one
That surprises me too.
yeah.
But isn't that where Yingling is? Is it in Pennsylvania?
Well, maybe. Yeah. I don't.
Well, and see, that's why I'm like, Massachusetts is weird that it's not up there because
You would think so.
and
Or
North
even
Carolina.
DC, I would think like that would have a bunch.
I think
DC
North
was-
Carolina is like the biggest shock to me.
Yeah.
There was another list after this I didn't look at, but DC was actually listed on there as maybe one of the smallest like areas
That had
that
a
had
lot
the
of-
most concentration
Yeah.
of breweries.
That seems
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So that's my update on California
All right.
breweries.
All right, here we go. Cogstone. So we know what it isn't. Well, we don't know, I guess, what it is.
Yeah.
But I did find, I was like, all right, what else is there? So I looked up Cogstone, and I found this company. And I was like, well, this is awesome. This is like, if I was a kid, this is what I would want. I would want to work at this place. So here it is, Cogstone. They're hired, these people, this company, to evaluate the significance of fossils found during survey or monitoring to avoid delays for clients. That's their whatever.
Okay. Their mission statement.
So, in layman's terms, it's this. Hey, we're building a highway. Uh-oh. We found some bones. We found some artifacts.
Uh-oh.
Should we keep working? Oh, we can't. State and federal law says we got to investigate this a little bit.
Yep.
We don't know anything about this. I drive a bulldozer. Guess what? Cogstone. We could hire these guys, and they can come in and tell us what's what.
Ah.
So, it's like paleontologists, archaeologists. I think there was even some, not biologists, but like I don't know what the term is,
Sure.
but paleobiology.
Okay.
I think so, like old plants, like
Old biology.
yeah, like things that were alive long time ago.
That sounds like another class I would have failed in college.
Definitely. And I would have definitely failed that one.
Yeah.
They do stuff like, because there's, especially in California, and places that have like a lot of Native American stuff out there, there's a lot of laws and things in place, rules and regulations. So depends on what you find, it has to be inspected. It has to go back to the tribe that belong to.
Sure.
That sort of stuff. And there's
Yep.
a lot of red tape and hoops and you can get fined and all sorts of stuff. So it's like a thing that I guess is a big enough issue that companies and states that are doing these construction things want to make sure they're doing the right thing. And that's where this company comes in. So I wrote down just some of the things that they do because I was like, God, this is so cool. Like, there's not a lot of jobs out there that you could, if you're a paleontologist, what's happening? You're making a spicy mixture here?
Don't pull the curtain back too far, but we
Okay.
still have some beers
All right.
from last week
All
left
right.
over. So
So they do record searches. They'll do a list review. They'll do fossil recovery. They'll actually go on site and dig up the bones for you, right? If they find whatever.
Okay.
They do analysis. So the first part is assessment. Then they do analysis. They'll identify whatever you've got. Micropaleontology, real small
Micro.
scale. Yeah.
again, another class I would have failed in
Yes.
college. Yes.
They make fossil replicas. So they're like, oh, we found these. Maybe we want to put them on display sometime, right? We'll make exact thing that looks just like that. You can keep it. And then they also have paleontological, that's a word, artwork.
Okay, yes,
So they can make whatever.
Yeah.
So there's artists on staff. Cultural resources. They do sacred lands file searches, ground penetrating radar, otherwise known as GPR, ceramics analysis. So they can, you find just the tiniest little piece of something, they can tell you where it's from, who made it, how old it is, maybe what it was used for.
If there was anything like remnants on it, like they could, this held flour or corn or whatever.
Some sort of liquid or whatever. And then they have collections management, which is like, if you're going to keep it, if it's, you've discovered all these cool things and you want it in a museum or something, they'll clean it up, they'll label it, document it, mount it, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, I just thought it was like a cool job. I was like, wow.
That sounds like an awesome job.
Yeah, like when you're a kid in the 80s and you can't be Indiana Jones, this is a close second.
Could you carry a whip still?
Sure you could.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
Right.
You might have to talk to HR, but they also do repatriation services. So maybe you're a museum that's had something in there for 150 years, and it's been determined that you probably shouldn't have that anymore. That actually should go back to somebody else. They do that sort of stuff.
The
tribe or whatever.
Sure.
This group of folks. And then they have something that they work with called the NAGPRA. And
it's got to be an acronym.
It is.
Okay.
And it's the Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act.
Gotcha.
So that's federal stuff. So they help
that
you.
deserves an acronym.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It does. It's a mouthful.
Who do you work for?
Yeah. Well, we do the maintain compliance with the Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act. Yes, that. So if you find something you need help, they will be like your expert, right? So maybe you want to take on some of it. You can. They can like guide you in certain ways if you want to be the one, or if you just want to hand it off, they'll take it for you and give you a report at the end and probably a bill. But that's
I'm sure
how
you'll
that
get
works.
a nice little invoice after that's over. So
They do grant writing, and they also will identify ancestral remains, so even like human stuff.
Oh,
so
sure.
Anything in that we found it in the ground, Cogstone is the company for you.
Interesting.
Also the name of this thing, and that's why
Of whatever
I found
that
it, because
thing
nobody
is,
knows what
yeah.
it's actually used for
Nope.
Yep.
in this area of Colorado. So there we go.
All right.
All right, I'm going in for another dip in this chip.
Man, I'll tell you, I am not a fan of pepper beers at all.
This one's good.
It gets me in the back of the throat.
Yeah.
But again, if you gave me a plate full of chicken wings with this, I'd be happy.
I like it because it tastes like peppers, but it's not super. I'm not crying. I'm not sweating.
No.
You know what I mean? It just has that good pepper flavor. That's
Yeah.
what I like.
It gets you.
Pepper
It gets you there.
skins.
It gets you back in the back. Yep.
All right, are we ready for some big game?
Big game.
I've been ready.
Big game snack facts.
Yes.
Here we are.
Awesome.
As of last year,
Okay.
in the Soup Bowl game, the big football contest, 1.3 billion chicken wings consumed.
With the B.
Yes, B. Now, why is that not?
That's a lot.
It's not
I'm
an even
at least
number.
100 of those.
Oh yeah. 11.2 million pounds of potato chips.
Huh.
That doesn't count tortilla chips. That's just potato
That's
chips.
just like Doritos, Ruffles, Lay's.
Are Doritos potato chips?
I would say.
Or are they
I
tortilla
think they're
chips?
corn chips.
I think they're
Oh.
corn chips.
Good question.
Okay.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh, we've really opened Pandora's
That's
box.
a deep dive right there.
139.4 million pounds of avocados.
Okay. Guac.
Yep.
I believe it.
Guac.
Every year during the Super Bowl, Avocados from Mexico has
Yes.
a commercial that
Huge.
explains why.
That's
Yeah.
why. It's the
Guac.
biggest deal.
I mean, because you figure a lot of people are eating it, right? That just backs it up.
3.8 million pounds of popcorn. And that's a lot because popcorn's
Popcorn?
light.
That is a lot of popcorn.
I don't know. That's not my go-to.
No.
I like it.
No.
You know what? Popcorn's one of those things like cereal for me. Like, never sounds good, but then once I open a bag or make a bowl or whatever, like, I just keep eating it.
Eat
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
true. 3 no, keep a straight face.
Okay.
1 million pounds of nuts.
Like mixed nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Or
Okay.
unmixed, just whatever. Just
Whatever.
nuts.
I had
Okay.
a bag of pistachios last night.
I had some peanuts last night,
There you go.
actually. Dry roasted.
I'm working through the dad mix that you get, you get for Christmas every year, right?
Cashews and almonds and
Yep.
yep. Here's what we need to know: 325.5 million gallons of beer.
That's a lot. 325.5 million. I would have guessed higher. I would have said 500 million.
That will fill 2,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
Okay, that's a lot of beer.
That's a
of
lot
beer.
of beer.
That's a lot.
2,000 of them.
100 of those is me. To steal Dolan's thunder.
Man.
And then we got a few more. So we got $2.37 million spent on soda.
Okay,
Coke,
yeah.
Pepsi, whatever.
Yes.
10 million pounds of ribs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
12.5 million pounds of bacon. And finally, 8.2 million pounds of tortilla chips.
Yep.
So between tortilla and potato, we're almost
Okay.
at 20 million pounds.
What does a bag of chips weigh?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Right? Yeah.
That's insane.
That
I
is
know. That's what you think
so
about. It's like,
much.
okay, if it was bags of chips, but this is pounds. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
pounds.
that's
Yeah.
like probably a few bags for a pound.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about that now. I
Now I
wonder
want-
how much does a bag of chips weigh?
Now I want game day snacks.
Yeah.
What's your go-to? Okay, so you go to a party, right, to watch the big game.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you eat? Like, what's the first thing you would look for?
I'm definitely well, first off, wings. Like,
Yeah, he's a proteins guy.
yeah,
I can tell.
wings. But also, I'm definitely a nachos guy too. Like, I like chips and queso, chips and salsa,
Yeah.
chips and bean dip, like whatever. Chips and a dip.
Chips and something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
That would be my second half. My second half, food of choice
Uh-huh.
would be the onion dip or the
Yeah.
or the
I know what you're talking about.
Sour cream and chive.
Sour cream and chive.
You're going chip dip second
Chip
half.
dip.
So what's the
Absolutely.
first half?
Well, I'm
The main
wings.
course?
I'm wings, of course.
Wings is
yeah,
good.
wings.
Yeah. Pizza.
Pizza.
We always have pizza and wings every Super Bowl.
Ribs. If I go to Mike Combs' house,
Yeah.
he'll usually make a couple of slabs of ribs.
Oh, good for him.
And because it's later in the day, right? I mean, generally it's later in the
Yeah.
day. You've got all day. You can get up early, start it or whatever.
You run that smoker.
Yep.
I'm a little Smokies guy. I like those.
Yes.
Yeah, on
They're
the
fine.
toothpick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Bloop, bloop. I like chips.
I have since started. I saw this on TikTok a while back. So take the little Smokies and you take a bag of the frozen meatballs. Okay.
Yeah.
And you put them together in a
Oh.
pan. And then you put in your barbecue sauce of choice.
Okay.
And then you put in half a jar of grape jelly.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
do
Okay.
that with the Smokies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you put it on the smoker and you leave it for a couple hours. And you just
the
let
smoker?
it all in the smoker. And it's like 200, 225, and you just let it get
sounds
all
good.
delicious together.
Weird.
I've
How do you
had.
serve it? Just with a spoon on the plate?
Same little, you just get the
Oh, with the
toothpicks.
meatballs, I guess. Yeah.
So I want a meatball, doink. If you want a smoky, doink.
I smoked last year a smoked queso in the smoker.
Yeah.
Which I hadn't done before.
Yeah.
And man, that was good. That turned out nice.
That's fantastic.
That'd be really good.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had the grape jelly thing with meatballs. I've never heard of it with the Smokies. That'd
With
be-
the smokies. just
I've
That'd
done
be
it with the
good.
Smokies and not meatballs.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I follow, my TikTok is full of either toys, sports, or
Recipes.
Like recipes.
Yeah.
And the stuff that people put on smokers nowadays, anything.
Yeah.
A dude cooked a cake. He baked a cake on a smoker one time.
Wow.
Hey, yeah. So
yeah.
I've seen those the smoked spam recipes going around.
I've
I'm like,
smoked spam multiple times.
Sounds
My cousin
really good.
smokes cornbread. She's making
Yes.
cornbread on
Yep.
the smoker.
Interesting.
You could do spam. You can slice it up and smoke it that way, and it's kind of bacony. 'Cause it kind of gets jerkified a little bit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can cube it up and put it in like you're doing burnt ends,
Like
And-
barbecue?
like barbecue. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
That'd be
It's-
pretty good. I love spam. I really
you
do.
go.
I dig some spam. Yeah.
Yeah, usually we just stick to wings and pizza. Wings and pizza, and then we might order or do like fries in the air fryer or something. Like,
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Yeah.
I did that for Thanksgiving. One of my appetizers that I did was like spam burnt ends. So I did the spam in the
Ooh, yeah.
or whatever. And there was a kid there who doesn't generally like a lot of foods.
Sure.
He was just going to town.
Do you
And
tell the people what it is?
his dad asked. His dad was like, "What the heck is that?" And I'm like, "That's spam." And the kid for a second kind of looked scared. And then he
He's
went
like,
right back
"Ah,
into
I
it.
don't
He's
care,
like,
I'm eating
yep, right back into it.
If you find something the kid will eat, just keep pushing it in front of him.
Go for
That's
it.
what I say.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk last thing before we get into the Untapped and all that.
Yep.
Give me one super game moment. Like what's one that stands out to you?
Oh, this is easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when the Packers beat the Steelers
Sure.
in 2011, right? Or
Okay.
2010
Yeah.
or whatever year that was. I was a Packers fan ever since I was a kid.
How old were you?
I was during the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
That was
when-
11
man.
years ago or so.
Yeah.
Geez, I would have been. I don't know. I gotta go by what apartment I was living in when I was a kid.
I think he was 9.
I would have been in the 7th grade, so
13 's close.
makes me 13.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's close.
13. So,
Yeah.
huge Packer fan all my life, ever since I was a little kid. And I think maybe I've told this story on here, but the reason I liked him is because I liked the color green.
Yeah.
And when I would spend time with my grandpa, I would sit up in his rocker chair with him, and we'd watch football. And a Packers game was on, and I just wanted the green team to
That
win.
was it.
Yeah.
And that was it. Ever since then, I was like, yeah, I really like the green, whatever. And
Green Bay.
family took that and ran with it. They bought me Green Bay gear all that year for Christmas and stuff, birthday stuff. And so
Yeah.
it just kind of stuck.
Wow.
And then I got to watch them win a Super Bowl. And
So you're lucky because
Rest is history.
you picked your fandom.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I had no choice.
you had no choice.
You didn't have a choice?
No.
I mean, you're
My-
a Chiefs fan.
My dad was a
so-
Chiefs fan.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what we watched every Sunday.
Yep.
And you better get on board or you're not going to see Dad. You know,
I mean-
so let's do it.
I get it. My dogs are Green Bay fans.
Yeah, they are.
I put them in Green Bay clothing every
what about
Sunday.
the hedgehog?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't put her in clothing,
No.
but yeah.
She's a Green Bay fan too.
I don't
but-
think she's a fan of anything. She's just mad all the time.
I've become a Chiefs fan only because of my son.
Yeah.
My son is a Chiefs fan.
He's got great taste.
He loves Patrick Mahomes. He loves Travis Kelce.
Yeah, why not?
He was devastated when Tariq Hill was
Yeah.
traded.
Yeah.
He was devastated.
My brother's the same.
Yeah.
It was
Just
tough, but
devastated.
we'll make it through.
But yeah, Super Bowl 37. 37 is my lucky number.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won Super Bowl 37. I've been a
Yeah.
Buccaneers fan since I was in the 4th grade.
Was that the Raiders?
That was the Raiders.
Yeah,
that was when
I remember
Chucky
that.
came over. And,
I remember that game.
Rich Gannon versus Brad Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had some chicken wings that day. My friend Roger made. They were great.
I bet you did.
So
did.
your team's got to win two Super Bowls then in your lifetime?
Yes,
or?
my team has won. Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
I've got one.
You've got one.
Yeah.
It was pretty recent.
Yeah, it was.
I have a feeling Patrick Mahomes is going to win more than one Super Bowl.
I sure hope so.
I believe this is
I thought about this
true.
today when
It's
I was
very
driving.
likely. Yeah.
I was like, what happens when the Chiefs aren't good anymore? Because here's the reason I thought of that. I was driving here to the office today, and I was following a guy with a Dub Bears license plate.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that sucks to be you, Bears fan.
Yeah.
Right?
So I have a lot of friends in Chicago.
Yeah.
And one of them today posted a stat. So Justin Fields
Uh-huh.
was the number 1 pick overall. He's something, and blah, blah, blah. And now we've got the most cap space available. We, the Bears, have the most cap space available, and we have the number 1 pick. We'll see you in the playoffs next year. Like, that is... That's ballsy.
But wouldn't you want to?
mean-
I don't know. Wouldn't you want to go to Chicago?
The Bears really.
You would think so.
Yeah.
And the Bears really just need like a running back or like a edge rusher, and they're
had
there.
running. They've had that.
Yeah, I don't know what they need.
I don't think, and honestly, I don't think Chase Claypool is their answer at wide receiver.
Oh heck no! But I mean, think about it. Like I don't want to get too much into the Bears because I obviously do not like them. But like they don't have a running back though. Their starting running back David Montgomery.
David Montgomery.
He's like
hurt all the
20.
time.
He's 28th.
Oh, yeah.
In the league for rushing yards, which is like that's your number 1 guy. Like Justin Fields is in the top 10, I think, like for rushing. And
There was also a photo of David Montgomery not knowing what's going to happen, taking pictures at midfield with his family because
Yeah.
he doesn't think he's going to be back next year.
I don't think so either. I mean,
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson's in that draft, man. I really, really think that if the Bears don't take like what's his name, Will Anderson in the first pick,
Yeah.
I feel like they'll trade that first pick away, and they'll pick up Bijan later in the draft.
Bears fans will lose their minds if they trade that pick away. I
But
think
it
they have
makes
to capitalize.
sense.
I know.
It makes a lot of sense. Like, give the first pick to the Colts. and then
Let the Colts screw it up.
Yeah.
Let the Colts screw
Let
it
Jim
up.
Irsay take
Right.
over again.
oh my gosh,
Yikes.
like there's a lot there. But anyway,
I have
yeah.
a feeling we just lost half our viewers. Right there. But, I mean, it is about it's about football,
It's
right?
about
Yeah,
the game.
it
I almost
is.
called
That's
it the
right.
football, but
It's
So-
about the football.
it's about the sports ball.
Obviously, this episode is coming out before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We are recording before the first week of the playoffs.
Correct.
Yes.
So we have no idea what's going on in the
Ooh,
playoffs, right?
No.
What are your predictions?
Oh, I feel this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know who you think is going to be in the Super Bowl,
The Soup Bowl game.
the game, the big game.
Well, let me get some more of this chips and salsa.
Let me-
I'm gonna have to get some more of that too. I got some.
I'm going to go without a doubt. It's got to be the Eagles. The Eagles on the NFC side. I think without a doubt it has to be them.
Yeah, I feel like the AFC, whoever wins that championship game, is gonna. It's basically the Super Bowl. That's
will-
my guess.
You know what? Give me who you want and who you think. That might be interesting.
Here's the deal. I want Chiefs Bills in the AFC Championship game
Yeah.
again and repeat what happened last year because last year was the best game I'd ever seen
Yeah, that was awesome.
in my life.
That was nuts.
Two touchdowns in the last 30 seconds. or something.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Here, I'll do this. I'll do this for my Bills friends. I'm gonna go Bills Eagles in the Super Bowl. That's and then
That's who you want or who you think.
both.
Okay.
And then the Eagles beat them, and the Bills still haven't won a Super Bowl. Yeah, I like your style, Rich.
Oh man.
like it.
What about you, Brian?
Yeah, I still think it's going to be the Eagles. Like, maybe the Vikings. I mean, I think they're going to be in the NFC Championship game.
no.
They faded so bad.
They did,
Vikings
but-
are inconsistent.
They have defense. That's the main thing. And
No, Kirk Cousins he's been magic.
Cousins
though.
solid.
yeah,
okay.
Jefferson's great.
You gotta remember,
Dalvin Cook could be good. Who knows?
Packers spanked on the Vikings.
That is
Aaron,
true.
well, Aaron
That is
Rodgers owns
true.
them, and they know
Oh,
it.
they
And he
own
knows
He
it.
owns Bears too.
And then AFC, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be the number 1 or 2 seed. I don't see any surprises this year.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I'm happy Jacksonville got in.
Yes.
I'm just happy with some of the teams. You
Yeah.
know? There's a lot of turnover. I like the 49ers being in there. That's cool.
I don't know how you don't like Trevor Lawrence in the role that
Yeah.
he's in right
Yeah.
now. Like that dude had everything going against him in that first year, and this year he broke out. Like he should. It's everything he should have been.
Right.
I think they may get through that first round.
That'd be cool.
So you think it's going to be the Kelsey Super
I think so.
game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be that.
Okay.
And I hope so.
Yeah.
For me, of course.
Here's where I'm at. This is who I want in
Okay.
the big game. I want Jags and Eagles.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what I want.
Jacksonville
Yeah.
and Philadelphia.
And
Okay.
Philly. Okay.
They've been to the Super Bowl once before.
I would also be okay with Jags and 49ers, but I want Jags and Eagles. Okay.
Wow.
Here's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
I think it's Bills and Eagles all day.
That's
I think so,
hurtful.
too.
That is
Yeah.
hurtful.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's finally time that the Bills get over the hump.
Yep. I think Tampa beats Dallas
Huge.
right out the gate.
That's absolutely going to happen.
Oh, my
I think
gosh.
Brady he has they have a losing record, right?
Yes. And Brady has never lost to the Cowboys.
I
believe.
think-
Like he's 8-0 against
Right.
the Cowboys.
I think Tampa
Oh, my
takes that
gosh.
win. And I think, okay, first off, I think the Lions should be in over
Yeah,
the
they
Seahawks.
absolutely
agree.
should have.
They're a better
Well,
team.
here's the deal: Lions don't go 1-6 the
No.
first 7 games, right?
Right.
They win one more game there, and you would have been in.
And you would have
Yep.
been in. But here, I think 49ers are going to beat the Seahawks on the NFC side, right?
Yeah.
49ers going to beat the Seahawks. They might run into Tampa, and then it's going to be the Eagles. And
Tampa has to play the Eagles in the second round.
sure ain't
as
gonna
a-
be the Giants.
It'd be
so
Tampa
it's not
and
gonna
the
be
Eagles.
Giants. No.
And then, the
Some
Giants
of your
are
teams,
not
you're
gonna
just
win.
like, what? How? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
They sneak
Yeah.
in like
Well,
that.
I don't know. I think the Giants have a chance to beat the Vikings easily.
I think so too.
I just
but that'd
don't
be the end.
think-
That's the end of the road for both of those teams, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who wins.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I want the Jags to make it to the Super Bowl because I'm high on Trevor Lawrence.
That dude carried me through fantasy at the end. He was
He's
surprisingly
solid.
good.
The Bills, I want them to win the Super Bowl, so I don't care if it'd be the Bills or Jags. But definitely on the NFC side, I want the Eagles, and I think it will be the Eagles for sure.
Interesting.
Here's my last question.
Okay.
We went through all the big game snack facts.
Yeah.
They were all savory.
Oh, sweet.
What's your sweet big game snack?
I don't have a sweet tooth.
M&Ms. I'm always just a handful of M&Ms. Yeah,
You know
because
what?
they're always there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that salted caramel stout from last week.
That's gonna be it.
That's gonna be it.
Yep. Desserts, pastry stouts.
Yeah, drive.
That sounds good.
You gotta drive
Yeah.
like 9 hours to get there, but
Yeah, you know. Well,
That's
I
worth
could just
it.
call my family. They can mail it with
go.
the fluorescent beer too. Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be cool.
let's do that.
Okay, TripAdvisor, only 17 reviews, and they were a 3.5 out of 5.
Way less than last week.
There were a lot of just, this place is average to better than average on there, which,
Yeah.
okay, fine. I found a good food, terrible policy. You're going to love this one. You're going to love this. Because
Policy?
This is policy. Because this is something that's just happened recently.
I gotta
because
wear
of
my
COVID.
shirt in here. One of those deals.
What do you mean, shoes?
Shoes. These toenails are long enough.
I actually wrote down, this might actually be her license plate number. So,
Uh-oh.
Lisa G, 8913NZ. Might be her license
Yeah.
plate number too, so she doesn't forget it. Maybe, I don't know. Says the pizza has always been consistently good. My friend brought a growler a couple years ago to refill, so she tried to refill it, and all of a sudden she can no longer refill it with IPA beer of any refill. I'm not. This is how she wrote it.
Boy.
Yes. The manager said she can't refill, but she can drink as much as she wants on site.
Yeah.
She has always, this isn't because we've been drinking, this is exactly how
Right,
it's been.
yeah.
She has always been able to refill with it. The manager told her they might run out. Does that make sense? She's going to spend money one way or another, but she does not allow to fill and leave with it. For that reason, we will no longer patronize this establishment. The manager was very inflexible and not interested in coming up with a reasonable outcome.
I feel like she was there all day.
I love the internet.
She
so
are
much.
there, are there.
She are there.
all
She
the
was
time.
there all day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna break this down real fast.
Okay.
She got the growler.
Yes.
She wanted to fill it.
Yes.
She hadn't filled it in 2 years,
No.
but she fills it all the time.
Probably.
Is what it said. It sounded like.
I
She was
guess
like,
so.
Well, we come here all the time. We should be able to fill this, but they might run out.
All the time someplace else.
2
maybe.
years, every 2 years.
Yes.
I don't know. Get out of here.
And it was a limited IPA, my guess is. So it's
Yeah,
maybe
like a small
no, we
batch
only,
or
there's only a
something. Like, we don't
5
even do
barrel.
crowlers.
Right? No, I'm sorry.
And you're like, give me gallon.
I want more.
Give me gallon.
Fill my bucket.
Yeah, get out of here.
It might have been
No
one of-
sympathy.
That might have been one of the best ones I've ever
Yeah,
found.
that was
Ever.
rough.
Oh yeah.
That. How are people oblivious to like their own character? I just
How do you not proofread that?
how do you,
Dude.
well, not I mean not only that but like how do you not know what you're doing or
Oh man,
don't
dude! Just
know.
for a second, go visit the like the ultra conservative, like Christian right side of TikTok.
oh you mean
oh.
a phone call with my dad?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Love you, Dad, but damn.
Man, yeah. You want a steady diet of that? Holy
Yeah.
smokes. Wow. Wow.
I ended up on the conspiracy theory TikTok.
no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That sounds bad.
But because it goes hand like I'm huge into like space and I've been following the big reactor. Oh, why is it?
Hadron
Why am I?
Collider?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so they had a breakthrough where
Yes.
they collided the
Yes.
the molecules and it's the first time where it like gave energy out.
Yeah.
Meaning they could probably produce energy in like
Yeah.
a super clean, efficient way in the future.
Right, yeah.
They just got to figure it out. Still a long time from doing that. But like the first time that energy was actually put out from this collide or
Yep.
from this collision, from the fusion.
Instead of producing a black hole.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
So
Wow.
I've been following this like crazy and I follow space all the time and I listen to Lex Friedman and the crazy people he has on his podcast and super boring nerd stuff. But like, because of that, like my TikTok FYP has been pushing like there was an alien landing
Oh boy. Okay.
in so-and-so got abducted and the only reason we know this is because humans are 50% alien and there's like this
Oh
just
no. Oh no.
large thing. I'm like, okay guys, like come on.
Lizard
Pump the
people.
brakes on
Lizard
that.
people.
Let's pump the brakes on it. There's anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok's fun.
Love it. All right, Untapped, 576 check-ins on the Chips and Salsa. Award-winning.
Yeah.
Only 500.
Only 576.
Man, I don't know how you couldn't rate this as a 5. Like, this is the best chips and salsa cream ale I've ever.
It's the
Come
only.
Honestly, next to the where was the pepper beer that we had from Southern California or Colorado?
From Soulcraft.
From Soulcraft.
Yeah.
This might be the best pepper beer I've ever had.
Same peppers, hatch chilies.
Yeah.
Hatch chilies are the key, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that part of the
Man,
All right, 576. Where do you think we land?
I'm gonna go 4-1-2.
I'm gonna say 3.88.
3.86.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm moderately surprised. I just don't know if they have enough distribution, maybe.
I think maybe some people just thought it was spicy, too spicy.
Yeah,
I bet.
maybe.
But I have a lot of issues with this. Like, this should be a 5 all day.
Aaron told me that this batch, he's had multiple times.
Okay.
This batch was less corn and more pepper.
I would almost like more corn.
And that's what I think he likes. But
Yeah.
this one he felt was more pepper than corn.
The problem is he has the same problem I have. Like anything like that gives you some kind of reflux, and so yeah, I would
I ain't
see
scared.
why.
I'll take these
No.
pepper beers.
Yeah. So all right, I got a couple beers from some travelers.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I actually picked up a beer. One of our Joel Kozacek,
Uh-huh.
our VP of operations and
Yeah.
sales here.
Yeah.
And a fine fellow.
He is a good dude.
Yeah.
His favorite beer is called Lunch.
Lunch.
Have you heard of this?
No.
I found one.
Lunch.
Actually,
okay.
I found two. One is currently at his house. The other one we
Yeah.
will have. So we will have lunch here.
Oh, okay.
It's an IPA.
Oh, yeah.
So in the coming weeks, got some weird. My brother picked up a couple weird smoothie ones for us too.
Oh.
So it's going to be an interesting few weeks.
We'll have to do some dishes on those ones. I bet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Have to do some dishes after the big game, too.
That's the worst
Always.
part.
the cleanup.
Yeah, the cleanup.
That's why it's better to go to somebody else's house.
Yep.
Well, while you're cleaning up, you're not going anywhere for a while.
Have another beer.
Thank you for listening to A Beer with Atlas. Special thanks to our brand team for producing the show. Each episode of A Beer with Atlas is powered by Atlas MedStaff, an industry leader in travel healthcare staffing.